They say that only legends know the truth. But today we will tell you about one particular legend. It's about sparrows. They are ordinary birds that can be found almost everywhere. At first sight, they don't seem to have anything special about them. However, they have secrets. Secrets that only these birds know. There are more than 300 species of sparrows in the world, but the most common is the Eurasian tree sparrow. They live in large flocks and spend their days looking for food. When evening comes, they return to their nests. But how do they find their way back? How do they orient themselves in space? Scientists used to think that sparrows navigate by the stars in the sky. However, it turned out that they don't need the stars. Sparrows can navigate using landmarks, such as a river or a big building, or they can use the sun's rays. You may notice that if you approach a sparrow that's sitting on a tree and try to take a closer look at it, the bird will suddenly fly away. Sometimes this happens before you even get close enough to see what color the bird is. And that's not because sparrows have some kind of superpower that lets them read your mind. It's just that they are very skittish and easily frightened by predators. Therefore, they try to fly away as soon as possible. If you look like a predator, well, the sparrow just protects itself. That's why domestic sparrows are very rare. They simply wouldn't survive in the wild. Sparrows can eat almost everything. They're not picky eaters. They'll happily eat whatever they find. However, there's one thing they'll never eat. They won't eat each other's meat, even when there's nothing else to eat. Why? We don't know. Maybe they're just very polite birds. When winter comes, sparrows huddle together for warmth. They snuggle up to each other and try to share their body heat. They do this in turns, though, so that each sparrow gets a chance to rest. Birds have to spend much more energy in the winter than in the summer, and not just because they have to constantly look for food. The thing is, in cold weather, they must keep their body temperature up. Otherwise, their metabolism will slow down and they simply won't survive. Some people think that sparrows chirp only in the spring, but that's not true. You can hear them chirp at any time of the year. They just do it quietly. Their quiet chirping can be heard during mating season. Male sparrows sing to attract females, and the one who sings the loudest and best is more likely to succeed. Although, of course, this doesn't happen through the female sparrow's fault. They're all very good singers. Once scientists decided to find out what sounds sparrows make the most of. They recorded over 120 hours of their chirps and then analyzed the recordings. It turned out that sparrows use 6 basic sounds. They use them in different combinations to make new sounds, so they can actually communicate with each other, sort of like humans use words to make sentences. With these sounds, sparrows can warn each other of danger, invite them to a meal, or just say hello. But if you want to learn their language, you'll need more than just one video. Do you think a sparrow could be kept as a pet? In the comments, write yes or no. Well, a lot depends on you. If you have already subscribed, we thank you for being with us till the end. See you later.